All right, and welcome to the Rondo. We're back again, and the season is over. Anyway, it's your boy AA hosting, AA Talks Ball, also known as Io Akin. And I am joined by a regular podcast member who's made a reappearance after some time. Lesh, how are you feeling?
No, introduce me properly. Premier League champion.
All right.
Introduce me properly.
I introduced you. Introduce yourself.
We won the league at Anfield. We won it at the Lane. Twice. Stamford Bridge, Old Trafford. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We're going to get to all of that. It's a good day.
Selhurst Park as well now.
Now Selhurst. It doesn't even matter, man. This is what we do. But do you know what? It's a glorious weekend. Bank holiday weekend. Arsenal have won the league. They've lifted the trophy. My spirits are high. It's been a long time coming, and it's amazing. My name's Keeks, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Wow. I've not seen you like this in a while. It's genuinely, does it feel like a weight off your shoulders to finally bring it home?
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely feels like a weight off our shoulders. It's been a long time coming, with Arteta finishing twice. 3 years in a row, and then finally to get over the line, it's all timing. You win the league, and then guess what? We got Champions League final next week.
Yeah, you guys are doing big boy things.
So yeah, man, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan. We've had to wait long for this moment, and as
22
you can
years.
see, 22 years, and as you can see when you're walking around the streets of London, Arsenal tops everywhere. Outside the Emirates Stadium on Tuesday night. Absolute mayhem.
And how's your week been? Tuesday night, last night, you've been out, you've been celebrating.
Well, as you can see, I'm a little bit off the pace this morning. Yeah, Tuesday night was a spectacle. Okay. As soon as you came out of Highbury and Islington Station and you walk up to the Emirates, it's a standstill. You know what I mean? You're walking up the road, cars are tooting off their horns, fans have taken over the streets of London. As soon as you get onto the Victoria line, it's an Arsenal line. You can't relate. No? You don't support a club that's in your city. You can't relate. Yeah?
I can't relate to that feeling.
You can't relate to that feeling.
I can't relate to that feeling.
Tuesday night, the flares are going off. The fans are chanting. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The next day, I had to go into work. That wasn't as wonderful.
I can imagine so, yeah.
And then yesterday, I watched the match at home and then I went up to Selhurst Park afterwards. Oh my gosh, you see the players coming out. Rice and Gyökeres lifting the trophy. Then Lewis Skelly lifting the trophy. Arteta's waving to the fans as they're going on the coach. They're taking over the streets of South London as well. Arsenal is by far the biggest club in London. Okay. It's not even close.
At least
it's not even close.
At least you said London.
It's not even close. Even Gary Neville tweeted the other day. He was like, or he said something which was like, I haven't seen a Premier League celebration like this before. And it's because Man City have been winning it. They're a soulless club.
Yeah.
They're a soulless club. They've taken the joy away from football, and Arsenal are bringing the joy back.
Wow.
It's a parade inside my city.
No, it was big. I mean, I do agree with that. Like, certainly you guys are the biggest club in London. I've always said you're far bigger than Chelsea. Chelsea have just had more recent success, which may change in the coming years. And you're part of the big three in the country. Third, but part of the
I think. Three. Do you know what? Yeah, and to give you guys your props as well, I'm gonna be nice today. Forget this big six thing. It's a big three.
Fairs.
It's a big three.
Fairs.
And even with three, there's too many chefs in the kitchen. Yeah. One of them gotta go, and it's not my team.
Hey, mine.
So we gotta start with this.
United are the new drunk club.
Okay, let me just talk myself.
But just quickly, bro. Let me introduce the agenda. We're doing a little bit of interesting. I know you went straight in, but cool. Today we will be discussing. So we're first gonna start off with, unfortunately, hearing more about Arsenal. They are the big story. They've won the league. We're gonna also be discussing, is it now their time? Because looking around, I'm not sure I see many rivals. Then we're going to move into the England squad. That obviously was another big story from this week. How do we feel? How are we feeling our chances? Some interesting selection, shall we say, but still a very strong squad. Then we're going to move into signings of the seasons and flops of the seasons. We're going to do a top 3. We've done a little bit of discussing on who might be the top 1 in recent weeks, but we need to do, a proper rondo top 3. So, without further ado, we've already spoken a bit about it. Arsenal have won the league. What were you just about to say? What were you just about to break into before we talk about what the next few years in the Premier League might look like now that you guys have finally broke your duck?
Do you know what makes this win so special?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, timing is everything. Maybe it wasn't our time last year. Maybe it wasn't our time the year before.
Yeah.
But timing is everything.
Indeed.
And winning the league this season. Do you know what makes it so special as well? Is that I'm looking at the other teams. Pep Guardiola's left. Bernardo Silva's gone.
Yeah.
John Stones is gone. They're crying. Man City look like mugs. Erling Haaland was walking around giving it all. Shirky was doing kick-ups. And they have egg on their face right now. They look like idiots. And it's amazing. And then I go to the next club.
They did win the league and FA Cup.
Yeah, whatever. I go to the next club, Liverpool. Salah's leaving. Yeah. Robertson's leaving. You've got a coach that you don't even want to have.
No, we don't.
You've got a coach that you don't even want to have.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, yes,
the team just looks out of sorts. Wirtz, Isak haven't hit the mark. Yeah. And then you've got Salah doing farewell speeches and looking at screens, sitting with his legs crossed like this. And then you look to Man United, and the whole team's doing a celebration for Bruno's 20 assist record. They look rubbed. Chelsea, they look rubbed. Tottenham, they're rubbed. So not only are you celebrating the league, and it's wonderful, but everybody else around us looks so bad as well. Yeah. It's so amazing. And now what this does for us is it's a clear path to now establish a dynasty. It's our time. You look across for next season, the teams in the Premier League, and you're looking, Man City probably going to have to adjust to a new coach. Liverpool, they're still out of sorts. Man United, nobody cares. Like, it's wide open for us. Yeah, it's wide open for us.
Yeah.
North London forever.
Hear this song.
My voice is gone. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that. No, honestly speaking, I do agree. I think you've got a great chance now. I made a TikTok last night actually saying I'm worried. Someone's got to step up. I think there's a great opportunity now for Arsenal to have that dynasty, to have a real era of dominance. As you say, you look all across the big six. Nobody else really. Everyone's going through rebuilds. Everybody's got quite an air of uncertainty around them. The only ones I do sort of look like a possibility, but I'm doubtful, is maybe if Maresca hits it running at City, because they still have the quality players. Everybody else, no. I mean, I made the TikTok. A lot of United fans in my comments said, I feel like, we might be a surprise next season. Stop it, man.
No.
I do think United will be solid. I think Carrick there's a flaw he provides them, and I think they're gonna invest as well.
You can't believe the United thing. They played the least amount of minutes of any Premier League team this season. You can't.
That's crazy.
Seriously.
That's crazy. No. I do agree with that, but I think they've got the financial muscle to invest.
What financial muscle?
They bring in the most revenue in the league, and they've got Champions League now.
They're broke as hell, man.
Well, they are broke overall, but they know they need to sign players.
I don't care about them.
I think they're gonna sign players. I don't think they'll challenge for the league though. I still think they're aware of that, and I don't think Carrick has the minerals for that. I think it's just gonna be another one of probably securing top 4.
And talking of managers, this digresses perfectly to talking about Mikel Arteta.
What's that man to you right now? Savior. And do you know what it is? I think. Do you owe him an apology? Do you owe him an apology, or does your fan base? You doubted him. I must say, you showed more resistance. Or should I say resistance? More faith than others, but you still doubted him. You had him under pressure this season, but others have been really disrespectful. Do you owe him an apology? And what about your wider fan base as well? Because that's actually a good point.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. It's a great point. But do you know what? I think do you know what? Seeing him lift the trophy yesterday, like, I felt so happy for him. And I can't imagine what that man is going through right now after, year after year, pushing his team, trying to get them over the line.
You always found a way.
The rebuild that he done when he walked into the club and the players that he had, and he had to churn those players out, get new ones in, build those players up and get us to the point where we are now. The vindication he must be feeling right now must be insane.
Yeah.
Fans have been taking the mick out of him for years about whether it's the dog win or the tree that they planted at the training ground, or the fact that when the players walk into the training ground, he's installed like in the wood, there's like a outline of the Premier League, and then it lights up when you win. The training, the light bulb thing, at the training ground, playing You'll Never Walk Alone before going into a game and stuff like that.
And then losing.
But he's finally been vindicated, and he has done his thing with this squad.
Yeah.
He's built a well-oiled machine that in every area of the pitch is of high quality. He has done so well.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta, what a guy.
Yeah, he has done fantastically, and we have to say, like, this is one of the best rebuilds that I've seen in recent time. It's up there with what we saw with Jurgen Klopp in recent time. Even I'm trying to think of someone else who's done I only think in recent time is Jurgen Klopp's the only time where I saw a team who had, not had success over such a long period of time and had quite a lot of toxicity. But I even feel like, in a way, I don't want to compare it like for like, because I give credit to both, but I feel like Arteta's, there was an air where you could argue it was more difficult in some way, because I think the teams were definitely as crap as each other, but there was a real toxicity.
Yeah, there was a toxicity
within
in the club,
within Arsenal, and he's gone in. And he's managed, man. And I feel like I've always felt for him. He's always one person. I've hated Arsenal a lot. I was like, he deserves it, man, because everything that he goes against, even sometimes like the way, because I think his own fan base, they've got that as well. They're as much as he's facing in the general media for everything that he does, within his own fan base he's judged. So for him to come the other side, I mean, the mental resilience is unbelievable, and of course the tactical competence, everything else. He's a genius that's brought your club. Finally brought your club. I was gonna say greatness, but that's a drag. Success. Anyway. Let's move on, because
You guys had the worst title defense we've ever seen.
Yeah, fair enough. But what can we say with Slot at the helm? England squad.
Are we pivoting away from Arsenal that quickly?
Yes, we are. We're about 10 minutes in. Oh, to be fair, how are you feeling for the Champions League? I forget that you guys have that as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you can't just skip over these
Yes,
things.
yeah, you ain't got long. You got 2 minutes.
Don't put me on the clock, man. This isn't the day to put me on the clock.
Yeah,
but anyway,
whatever.
So for next week, it's gonna be an interesting game. Cool. I think we know PSG are gonna play how PSG play.
Yeah,
we know what they do, but it's gonna be interesting to see this Arsenal team having won the league, the weight being lifted off them, a bit more free-spirited on the pitch, and just going for it. Just go.
Do you think he'll play like that?
In some sense, I think with the weight being lifted off their shoulders, the attackers, like, surely they're more free and they're able to go for it now. I think the only area that obviously worries us is that we haven't got Ben White or Timber fit at the moment.
Or neither.
Okay. Hopefully, Timber can give me. If he can give me 60 minutes in the tank, obviously him playing right back.
Mad game to come back into.
It's up against Kvara.
Yeah, as well.
And we could do with him for that game. Even if it's for 60 minutes, then Mosquera comes back in. But do you know what? It's gonna be a great game. I'm feeling confident, after seeing my team lift the Premier League. Obviously, like,
he can do it, yeah.
Arteta's got some good predicaments, some good. When you've got decisions like this to be making, whether it's you're going between Havertz or Gyökeres, Are you going with Martinelli or Trossard? Is it Skelly or is it Zubimendi? Like, these are good problems to have, you know. You're in a final and you've got selection criteria.
Yeah, there's a lot of
issues,
selection, yeah.
rather than being, you know, De Zerbi right now. You know, like, we got good problems.
Yeah.
So,
and then I find things like set pieces can be massive. Listen, I think you guys have got a good chance. I think if it was a two-legged tie, I'd really fancy PSG to knock you out, and that's just me being honest. But I honestly feel like it's maybe 55-45. I think it could go either way. I'll still edge it PSG.
I think it's 50-50. Like, Arsenal we've won everything. I think we haven't lost in the Champions League at all this season. So everybody talks about PSG's firepower and PSG in the Champions League. Silently, Arsenal have been the best team in the Champions League this season.
I'm not sure of that in its entirety. I think you guys have had an easier run to the Champions League.
We finished top.
Yeah, you finished top. Yeah, you were the best team in the group stages. Yeah, I'll give you that.
We finished top, and we went the route that we went. That's got nothing to do with us. We play the teams that's in front of us.
But I'm not going to rate that as much as a team that
we play the teams
played more challenge. Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that. Listen, I'll give you guys your credit, but I think PSG have had a harder running. I think they've just had to perform at a high level. You guys have had an easier run and you've grinded through quite a few results. And then obviously you have to give them the credit. They're the reigning champions and knocked you out last season.
But on this season,
so I'm gonna
based on this season in the Champions League, we have been the best team in the Champions League.
Well, of course you're gonna
to play for. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
I'd edge it to PSG. I'd edge it to PSG.
It's a 50-50.
I'd edge it to PSG.
Let's see what happens.
I'd edge it to PSG. But yeah, let's see what happens. You guys have got a great opportunity to really. I mean, and I think that would be greatness. Even for Arsenal, obviously having never won a single European trophy.
And do you know what makes me confident as well?
Anyway,
do you know what makes me so confident as well? Because I just give me a couple minutes. The players.
30 seconds.
David Raya, best goalkeeper in the world this season. Some of the saves this guy has been pulling off has been insane.
Yeah.
I think I'm in group chats with some people that had an affiliation with Ramsdale. They're silent now. Yeah. He is the best. That decision to bring him in is looking like one of the best decisions that like a club has made for a long time. The two centre backs, Saliba and Gabriel, like words can't describe what they have done for this football club.
Yeah.
The defensive solidarity that they have brought over the past few years has been amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing.
Solidarity.
Yeah, okay, well, solidity, solidarity, whatever.
Yeah,
it's been absolutely fantastic. And if they continue and they can, continue this for a period of time, they could go into that realm of best centre-back partnerships the Premier League has ever seen. Saliba's calmness and composure, Gabriel's influence in both boxes. It's absolutely fantastic. The fullbacks, we know what they do. Calafiori, Timber, Benoit, Capier.
Are you going to run through the whole
midfield,
team? Just the world-class ones, please.
Declan Rice. Declan Rice.
All right.
What a man.
Okay.
What a man.
Yeah.
Like, his performance, his consistency this season, has been second to none. The guy, he's a leader on the pitch.
Still losing the PFA to Bruno.
He's a leader on the pitch, defensively, going forward, offensively as well. He has been amazing this season. Yeah. And if he doesn't win the PFA, it's a sham. It's an absolute
I think he might.
sham.
Not.
It's an absolute sham, yeah? And the only other person I'm going to touch on, the boy who was in Mikel Arteta's first ever Arsenal lineup, Bukayo Saka. We saw the post. This is the more you Arsenal fans deserve. And he's delivered it. What a servant to the club he has been. Through injuries, through criticism, after the Euros, the racism as well. And he's just bounced back and he's taken this club back to where it belongs. Bukayo Saka, salute to you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cool. All right. Let's move into our next topic, finally. Yeah. Enough now?
For now.
For now. All right, the England squad. What's our thoughts on it? I guess, can we get thoughts? Can we get an answer and can we do it? Just a second. I'm going to read it out to you. So, goalkeepers, we've got Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and James Trafford. Defenders, we've got Reece James, Tino Livramento, Mark Gahey, Ezri Konza, John Stones, Jarrell Kwanzaa, Nico O'Reilly, Dan Burn, and Jed Spence. Midfielders, we've got Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, Morgan Rogers, and Kobe Mainoo. And forwards, we've got Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, Bukayo Saka, Noni Madueke, surprise one as well, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Gordon, and Eberici Eze.
It's an interesting squad.
Yeah.
It's an interesting squad. Okay, I think first thing is that obviously Tuchel, he's a seasoned gaffer.
Yeah.
He's won big trophies, Champions League. So if this is what he believes is going to be the squad to get over,
he did with Chelsea.
Yeah. If this is what he believes is going to be the squad to get England over the line and win the World Cup, fair enough. We'll see what happens. But as fans, we got to react. We got our own personal opinions at the end of the day.
Some people calling him a German spy.
Yeah, it might be.
That has come to something.
He honestly might be. Because some of these selections, Jed Spence, Dan Burn, Jordan Henderson, like...
My thing is that the only natural left back is Nico O'Reilly.
Yeah, it's odd.
I just feel like, why not take Lewis Hall? I don't really get how you watch Jed Spence and Lewis Hall. I think Jed Spence has been better at left back as well. I don't really think Jed Spence has done much this season. Talk about left back.
To be honest, I'm not really a fan of either player.
Okay.
Like, I would have much preferred he brought Lewis Skelly.
Lewis Skelly.
I think with Lewis Skelly, like, he's proven that when it comes to playing on big stages, in big games, Champions League ties, he's able to perform. So he should have probably taken him over Jed Spence, or even just take Luke Shaw. If like you're banking on O'Reilly playing like all of the minutes, but your reserve is somebody who's experienced, just do that.
You're not a fan of Lewis Hall though. That's an interesting take.
I just think.
How come?
Do you know what it is? Like, you go into the World Cup, and fair enough, like, the group stage games are gonna be the group stage games, yeah. But at the end, you're gonna come up against some big boy players. You might play Brazil, you might play France, you might play Portugal, and when it comes to playing on those big stages, like, you need your big game players. Those guys who are going to stand up and be counted. Which is why not taking Trent and arguably not taking Palmer, I don't know, man.
It's a little bit. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
I don't know.
You know what? But I think people would argue and say maybe Palmer's not really performed this season. But do you think there's maybe like sometimes when you know the quality a player is capable of?
Yeah, I think, look, you go into the World Cup and obviously World Cups, tactics play a part, but World Cups are often decided on individual brilliance.
Yeah.
You know, international football is very much about that. You know, your big game players
don't have time to do...
Your big game players often stand up. So you take your big game players. Okay, you supplement that with, you know, with those players who can fill in and your role players and so forth.
Yeah.
But you have to go there. Like, leaving Trent Alexander-Arnold out, I think that's the one for me.
Okay.
Like, Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that bothered about.
Yeah.
I'm not that bothered about. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, that is like a generational talent right there. Like, what he can do from right back is insane. The passing ability, the way he's able to come into midfield, and he can decide a game. It's like himself. In the click of a finger, he can make one cross, one pass that nobody else has seen, and that decides a game. The guy, like, he hasn't had the best of seasons, but he is arguably one of Liverpool's greatest players within recent times.
Yeah,
past 20 years. Yeah, one of Liverpool's greatest players, and he's an English player that has made the switch to go and play for Real Madrid, arguably the biggest club in the world, and he is not on the plane for us. He's had injuries this season, but he's come back and he's playing his part at Real Madrid. He's getting minutes here and there. You have to take the kid. You have to take him.
Yeah. No, I do think that's fair enough. I mean, I too, you know, listen, I'm a Liverpool fan, so obviously Trent has, you know, just left us, but still baffles me as well. I think what you say about the quality that he can display in the blink of the eye and the way that they can change a football game it's just an odd one. You think about, I for instance think about the the cross he made versus Bayern Munich. That cross was absurd. The pace and the accuracy. It's them type of things he can do, and just like that, create a goal scoring opportunity and change the game. So it's an interesting one. The only thing I'll say with Tuchel is that, listen, within that squad, I sometimes do think we overreact about guys who realistically aren't going to play much. In any team, about 15 guys are relevant. The starting 11 and maybe 16 max, and then 4 or 5 subs that you actually use. The rest don't play. So I'm waiting to see, okay, maybe how it turns out. If I now see Dan Burn in the starting 11, then I'm gonna start. Then we're gonna really ramp up. Quite frankly, my worry about this side. But I guess if he's just a part of the squad, same with a Henderson, even though I don't really get it. But I think sometimes, interestingly, he spoke a lot about we need good travellers. So I don't know. Sometimes I've heard of the international managers that sometimes they leave big players out because if they're not part of the starting 11, they cause issues.
Yeah.
So you don't know if someone like a Cole Palmer, a Phil Foden, they're gonna want to, I wouldn't really say someone like a Miles Lewis-Skelly, but let's just use Cole Palmer and Phil Foden as an example. That if they're now not starting, which we know they probably won't, because he likes Morgan Rogers, and then there's even Jude Bellingham there as well. Are they gonna cause issues? Are they not gonna be, as part of the group? Guys like, if we're being realistic, guys like Dan Burn, Jordan Henderson, they're over the moon to even be a rotational player. So they're gonna keep the group together, and they're gonna do those things. So in that way, I can understand it a bit, but I just got to see how it pans out, how we play. I want to see England. Tuchel's done, he's been quite good on the mic and in the media. He's spoken about how he wants to see this style. He wants us to see play with more aggression, more identity. Excuse me. I've seen that in parts since he's come into the role. I've not seen that in other games, so I'm really interested to see that. I want to see us play with that ferocity, that style. He says he wants to play quick football, using pace and aggression, which he believes is the English style.
Yeah. I just want to say there's 2 players. Like, Foden and Palmer, I think, it's their own faults why they haven't been selected. Like, both of their club forms have been awful this season.
Okay.
They have, Foden has faded to becoming a rotational option for Man City.
Yeah.
Palmer hasn't got into his groove this season at Chelsea at all.
No,
and both of them, throughout the course of the year, when they both put on an England shirt, they haven't exactly lit up the pitch.
No, not really, no.
But there's just 2 players in my mind who have had fantastic seasons for their respective clubs, and I do feel bad for, and people aren't necessarily speaking about them as much. I think Alex Scott, he's going to be training with them.
Okay.
But Alex Scott at Bournemouth has had a fantastic season.
Yeah, it's been
fantastic season. And you can see where Bournemouth are finishing up this season. And a lot, I know.
But who does he displace?
Jordan Henderson.
Oh,
I get the experience angle.
Yeah,
and the other one is Adam Wharton.
Yeah.
Absolute baller. And those 2 are not going. The seasons that they have both had, and to not be included in the World Cup squad, I feel sorry for them 2 lads. I feel like they both offer a lot which we could have benefited from. The technical security that they both bring, and being able to have a calming presence in the middle of the pitch. Both players that can knock the ball about and get England playing football. So it's a shame to not see them within the squad, but I don't know, hopefully Henderson gets injured and then one of them can be called up.
Fair enough. Now, Alex Scott's had a really good season. Good to see. I'm sure you're very fond of him as well in terms of that performance for Bournemouth to obviously beat City. But yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah, I think. What about Morgan Gibbs-White? Any thoughts on him? Also unlucky. Highest scoring English player in the league.
Yeah.
This season, did really well to basically confirm safety for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, that's another one. It's a shame.
Yeah.
I think that area of the pitch is crowded. Like, it's him versus Foden versus Palmer versus Morgan Rogers versus Eze versus Bellingham. It's a tough, it's a tough area of the pitch to try and get a squeeze into.
It is, yeah. Would you have brought him
instead of who though?
Yeah, that's what I asked you. Yeah, there's not really again. Yeah, it's a bit difficult. The 10 position. I mean, we've got Jude Bellingham, Morgan Rogers, and then Eberechi Eze can play there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, probably can't displace any of them.
I can't displace any of them, to be honest.
Yeah. But obviously, some people see Jude Bellingham maybe more of an 8. So maybe you could say, can keep him there playing more of an 8, and then someone like Henderson can come out as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. So your changes would be, so who would you so out of Adam Wharton and Alex Scott, we need a, this is the rondo, man. We need a
I take Alex Scott. I love Alex Scott. I think he's a baller.
Fairs. All right, cool. Have I got anything else to say on this England squad? Are we gonna win it? How can I forget that? Are we gonna win it? Are we gonna win the World Cup? Are we gonna, what a year that would be? Arsenal break their duck after 22 years, and English break their duck after.
It would make sense.
And it's an eternity.
It would make sense. Like when it rains, it pours. You know.
True.
Arsenal in the league. Why can't England win the World Cup? Can they do it? I mean, for the past 3 competitions, they've been finalists, semi-finalists. So they're on the periphery, and it's just a matter of getting over the line. I think the key indication of whether England are gonna do it or not, I think it falls on Harry Kane's shoulders, to be honest. Is he gonna get us over the line?
Oh, okay, you think it all falls on his shoulders?
More
I think
or
quite a
less.
lot of guys are going to have to perform.
He's arguably like top 3 players in the world right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So it's like, is he gonna be the one to grab the golden boot at the tournament and also drag England over the line?
Do you think he can do it? Or do you
I think he's capable.
Yeah. Do you think he will?
I think he should be hungry enough to do it. This could be his last. It could be his last World Cup for England. He's just come off the back of a fantastic season.
Mental season.
Maybe he's got a little chip on his shoulder for not getting to the Champions League final. And he's got a bit of hunger to go and get the World Cup and then potentially be in Ballon d'Or conversations as well. At the end of the day, like England's got a good, it's a good team there. Like your front 3 could be Marcus Rashford, who's had a good season at Barcelona, Harry Kane, fantastic season at Bayern Munich, and Bukayo Saka. He's not had like his greatest season, but we know what he can do, and we know what he does in an England shirt with Jude Bellingham in the 10. That front 4 is fantastic.
That front 4 is fantastic. Yeah.
So it's all to play for.
No, it really is. And honestly speaking, I think there's a great opportunity. I think as well, Tuchel, one thing he does as well is like, I feel like sometimes, he's gone almost a bit too much the other way, but I'm happy that he at least has that. He really is going to choose the 11 he believes is best in terms of balance, is choosing the squad that he believes is best in terms of balance. And I think that's the key thing for Kane. I think sometimes we put too many like floating 10s around Kane, who's a player who struggles in terms of the athleticism area of his game, particularly as he's got older. Whereas I think what Tuchel's trying to, I think, he's worked with Kane before at Bayern. He knows his strengths and weaknesses really well. And, there being Marcus Rashford, Saka, Bellingham or Rodgers, even Noni Madueke as well. Like, they're players that there's a lot of directness and athleticism around Kane that can be the gloss. And I think that's what's got the best out of him at Bayern Munich this season. Because they've got all that chaos around him. He can come in and just snipe it. And that's really at the age that he is now that he wants to do. He can't really produce chaos himself. Yeah. But boy, can he finish it.
He can finish.
Boy, can he finish it. So
to that point, I think realistically, when you look at it, the only area of weakness in England's squad for me is the centre backs. Like, there's no bona fide superstar at centre back. Throughout the years, we've had a John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Sol Campbell. Usually, it's not an area in England's history that we would typically like not have like a star in. But you look at the centre-back options this season and there's no real kind of like leader in the back line there.
No.
Obviously, probably on form, maybe Guehi is the best of the bunch. Yeah. But even him, you can see that he's a little bit susceptible to a mistake here and there. I think if, John Stones is able to, play throughout this tournament, you just pair Guehi up with John Stones and, see how that goes. Obviously, I know Konsa is available and can play as well, and is obviously a very, very good defender. But I'd just be nervous of like pairing. I'm just nervous when it's Konsa and Guehi because it's both players who, in terms of like, you look at their careers, they've not been playing at the highest level of football for a long period of time. John Stones has been there. He's come up against Mbappe, Vinicius Junior for years on years on years, and I just feel like you need somebody, either it's John Stones and Konsa or John Stones and Guehi, whatever it is. But yeah, I just look at the centre back area, and that's just one where it just gets me a bit nervous with the options that we have there.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool. Yeah, let's. It's a bit of one, but I always think in an international team, you're always going to carry an area which is a little bit weak, and I still think it's strong enough. You know, Guehi and Konsa, for instance, it's strong enough to do the job. I think if the big players perform, and Tuchel especially performs, England should have a great chance at winning. And again, it's a team that have knocked on the door for a long time, so it'd be great to see them get over the line as well. I think some of these players, you know, well, to be honest, a lot of these players have kind of dipped in certain moments. But guys like Jude Bellingham, for instance, Declan Rice, to be fair, he's struggled again a bit in parts. But hey, man, us fans, we deserve it.
Yeah, we do.
Because I was going to say the players deserve it, but I don't think, you know, in comparison to somewhere like Arsenal, where I think Arteta's been such a consistent force and really has deserved it, I actually think a lot of the England players have been a little bit.
Yeah, but they've been knocking on the door for like 3 tournaments.
They've been knocking on the door. Yeah. You know what? I should actually be fair to them. They've been knocking on the door, and you know, a lot of times, like a lot of players, like I said, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Harry Kane, in parts, they've really, really performed. I actually think Jude Bellingham's been the most consistent force, but he's coming a bit later. Cool. Top 3 best signings, top 3 worst signings. Shall we start with positivity or negativity? I just want to actually say, well done to Marcus Rashford. Happy for him. I think he's been through a lot in recent times, so it's good to see him get into the squad. I think he's gone away to Barcelona, and he's had a real good season, winning the La Liga. And yes, you know, maybe not being a real star there, but certainly being a big part of the squad and showing his quality. I mean, I think you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, he's finished or he doesn't have this or that. I think he'll be a key part of this England squad, and I'd actually start him on the left over Anthony Gordon.
He's had
a lot of
solid.
A lot of people are saying Gordon.
No way, get Gordon out of here. Marcus Rashford is like, there's tiers in football. Marcus Rashford, he can produce a moment of magic that Anthony Gordon is just not capable of. You look at that Barcelona versus Real Madrid game and that free kick that he took. Yeah. Absolutely sensational. And for an English player going abroad, his debut season, he has had a solid debut season. And you can tell the Barcelona players, they kind of respect him. Hopefully they turn it into because remember, he's only on loan. Hopefully they turn it into a permanent transfer and he gets the opportunity. They
want to sign him as the valuation, isn't it? They got money. They want to pay. And
Marcus, just take the wage cut and just sign for Barcelona.
I don't think it's his wages. I think it's the fee with
Man United.
With Man United. Fair. I think he's prepared to. I think he's so happy and probably just wants to get going.
Yeah.
That he's that's what I've heard anyway. Yeah. Obviously rumors, but that's from just media sources. But I think that's a big rumor because Barcelona want to do lots of weird stuff with the fee. They want to pay it over like a real long period of time or bring it down, and Man United like it's 25 million for Marcus Rashford. So yeah. But anyway, on to the next topic. Top 3 best signings, top 3 worst signings. Shall we'll both get the bibs on as we kind of debate this to see if we are see where we land.
I'm not wearing the bib today. I'm wearing my Arsenal top.
Huh?
I can't.
You already had your Arsenal moment, man. Get this bib on, man. I need my logos.
There you go. Said marketing over everything.
All right, cool. Let's debate it. Let's see if we can land on the top 3. Have you locked in your top 3 already, or do you need to hear the names again?
So. Oh, bro, I can't take off this cap.
It's big, man.
It should feel.
Did your hair mash up?
Yeah. I need a retwist. Let me see if it works.
Anyway.
This is going to be a Balotelli. Nah, bro. It's not happening.
It'll be on useless. Cool. Let's discuss.
Talk to me.
All right, let me just give you some inspiration, Jan. All right, so shall we start with positivity or negativity?
How you feeling today?
I don't.
You want to start out the gate with positivity?
Let's
been a bit positive this episode.
Yeah, let's start with some negativity and then end the episode with some positivity. So, worst signings. We need a top 3.
Yeah, go on.
The candidates that I've got here are Isak, Wissa, Elanga, Delap, Wirtz, Gittins, Elliott, Voltemada, and Garnacho. Firstly, any others that you would maybe put into that?
Reinders.
Oh, yeah, Fairs. He really tailed off, isn't he?
Yeah.
After the way he started, and he came in for about 60 million, didn't he?
Reinders.
Big expectation around him. Yeah, Reinders, yeah.
We can leave it as that for now.
Why do you think? Because I don't think Reinders will make the top 3.
No.
But why do you
his
think
name should be in conversation?
Why just quickly on that? Why do you think Reinders should be mentioned?
It speaks to Man City, and obviously it speaks to him a lot. But they paid 60 million for him, around that type of figure for him.
Yeah.
And he started okay, and then over the past, it's probably been like 5-6 months now, he's just faded, and you barely even see him on the pitch anymore. It's embarrassing. He came from AC Milan, had an amazing reputation.
Yeah.
Was kind of like, I think they were looking to him to kind of be like the Gundogan replacement in terms of like a midfielder who does the midfielding, but is also going to be a goal threat as well. And he's just faded to the sidelines.
Yeah.
So he has to be in the conversation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Till. I mean, yeah. I think it's a big reason as to why City tailed off, because I think he was meant to be that box-to-box presence next to Rodri this season, and they've just had to alter their plans because he simply just didn't have the capability. Defensively, he's pretty bad. Yeah. But maybe he'll adapt to Premier League intensity. Cool. All right, who are we putting in number 3? Should we start from the top? I guess we start from the top because you can't, because you haven't got it pre-prepared.
Want you to put the bib on.
Pre-prepared, because
number 1 is, it has to be the man that AA has got printed on his back.
I actually do. It's crazy.
Alexander Isak.
I actually do.
And it's mad, you know. Do you know what's funny? The last time I was on this podcast, I was here doing Alexander Isak. He's gonna play for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I'm an early investor, X, Y, and Z. But what was the transfer fee again?
125 million or 130. 130, I think.
130 million, Alexander Isak. All of the commotion that he caused leaving Newcastle and heading off to Liverpool. The British transfer record?
British transfer record, yeah. By quite a margin, by about 15 million.
Yeah. The season that he's had has been absolutely woeful. He's had injuries, but the shape that he came into the beginning of the season
what was he doing?
It was embarrassing. He's
not been training.
Was off the pace.
Yeah.
He was so far off the pace. It was ridiculous. The performance, the periods where he has been fit, the performances that this guy has been putting in has been embarrassing. It's been so woeful. Then he gets injured as well. You sign Alexander Isak, and that signing had you Liverpool fans thinking the Premier League is secured.
Ours, yeah.
You think it's secured.
Yeah.
You've just signed maybe the other guy who might be second or third at worst, and then you've signed Isak, and you know what's the worst part? Is that you signed Ekatike. You signed Ekatike, and off the signing of Ekatike, now you're thinking, when you sign Isak, you're thinking, why did we sign Ekatike? And then you're thinking, Ekatike, he might have to go to the left, and then we're going to play Isak in the 9. Isak is so bad that Ekatike ends up taking the 9 shirt and carrying you through this season.
So much better than him as well. It's crazy. I think guys forget when they were both playing how much better Ekatike was performing. Yeah, I mean, I could only agree. To be honest, I do think it's been real disappointing for Isak. I thought he would be a player that might have got away with it because of the injuries. But as you mentioned, like when he's actually played, he's been so far off the pace. You know, didn't keep his fitness up at the start of the season, even when he's come back from injury as well. He just doesn't look like he's been able to get going. He doesn't look like Isak. Like when he plays, there's not that same fluidity, the ability to beat players combined. Like I just have not seen that player whatsoever. But hopefully, I mean, I'm really annoyed actually that Sweden qualified for the World Cup, because I think it would have been good for him to have a reset period and have a proper pre-season, but at least he'll have somewhat of one. And he needs to really take his fitness seriously over this time and get himself back. Hopefully, like Sweden get knocked out early in the group
they've
stages.
got Jokeres, bro. They got
and he can get himself back because he needs to fix up. And what's annoying is I just don't feel like Slot and his team have the ability to give him the conditioning he needs to get back on track.
It's been embarrassing. You had Slot or somebody at some point coming out in the season and saying that, oh, Isak needs a Jacob Murphy type player who's gonna feed him and just put balls in.
Don't even mind Slot rubbish, man.
It's embarrassing. 130 million. It looks like it could go down the drain. His fitness is a major issue.
Oh, major.
He's not really built a connection on the pitch with any other players. It's looking very dark. Looking very dark
Tough
for
one.
that signing.
Second?
Me, I'd put Florian Wirtz.
I'll put Delap. I wouldn't put Wirtz second.
Do you want to put your case forward?
Wait, let me actually see who else was there. Was it Delap? Wissa's a shout as well. Oh, Alanga's not been good. Delap. I feel like there's a few before Wirtz, but he's up there.
Sesko?
No, I think Sesko's looked encouraging in recent time. For me, Wissa and Alanga are very lucky not to get into this top three. I think it's just because Newcastle finished 13th. It's just because they don't really hold that big club status. So it's almost like they get a bit of a bye. But I'm going to give them special mention after it. But I'd actually go second. I'd go Liam Delap. I just think he came in. Yes, he did come in for a bargain, 40 million. But I think he came in like, everyone thought that was a steal, getting in for 30 million. And I have just watched him this season. And to be fair, I do think he can improve. So that's a good thing for him. But I've just watched him and I've just thought, but he does look way off the pace for a Chelsea striker. Technically, he just always looks a little bit clumsy. He scored one goal, is it? He scored one goal. He's played quite a lot of games. He's played quite a lot of games. I think he's played I think he's come up to like around 30 appearances. Mm-hmm. He scored one goal. Isak, who's been awful, by the way, I think he has at least 3 or 4. But yeah, just for Liam Delap, I just think it's weird. He's surprised me a lot, and I think that always feeds into it. He's really, really surprised me. I just can't understand it, and yeah, I just think he's been up there in terms of but you've gone for Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, I can. All right, my 2 and 3 are Florian Wirtz and then Garnacho as well.
Okay, I think. Yeah.
Do you know what it is with transfers? Yeah, there's a lot of components that go into it. It's the transfer fee.
Yeah.
It's how the players performed. It's the commotion around it. It's the behavior around the transfer. Yeah. All of it goes into it as to like whether it's been a flop or not. I think with Florian Wirtz, he comes into the league, hefty price tag, over 100 mil.
Yeah.
And, people are instantly talking, people over here are talking like this is going to be the best attacking midfielder in the league. Yeah. And it's going to lead Liverpool to walk in the league.
Yeah.
And people are already putting him in conversations with the best attacking midfielders that we've seen in the Premier League and expecting that level of player to arrive. And then he comes and he doesn't get off to a great start.
Yeah.
He looks very lightweight.
Yeah.
Not really imposed himself on the team and not really imposing himself in games in terms of kind of like what the expectations were for this guy coming into the team and being one of the most rated young talents in Europe. For him to come to the Premier League and put up like this first season, he has to be a flop. Liverpool.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
You're coming into a team that's just won the league title, and now they are finishing
fifth.
It's a flop.
But is that all on him though? Because I think the biggest factor in us finishing fifth is Slot, and that's genuinely not me being biased. I just genuinely think that's the truth. But I will say, Florian Wirtz has been way off the pace. Like we can talk about the system, but we've got to look at him. I don't think he takes enough ownership ever, particularly in terms of goal scoring though. And yeah, I just think it has been a disappointment. I think we need to do a lot to get better out of him, but he needs to step up massively. And at 115 million, this is a record signing. You've got to look for more. I can honestly say, even though things have been up against him, he's not really looked like a player above like just like a good little cam in the league.
No. And go on.
Yeah, just like, there's not a level he's showing just of yet. I do think there's talent there to show more, but there's not a level there just of yet where there's a lot of cams across this league. Morgan Gibbs-White, Alex Scott, these names are saying, and these are not players at top clubs that you could, sign for 60, 70 mil, who could do the exact same that you're seeing from Florian Wirtz right now, if not better, because they've adapted a little bit more to the league. But I do think the reason why I had Florian Wirtz is my third, is just because I do think he at least showed. I don't think Liam Delap, even though he's coming for a lot more, showed glimpses. And I think some of the guys who, some of the special mentions we have, Elanga, Garnacho, Frimpong, but yeah, he's coming for a bit less. I think we mentioned Whistler as well. They've not even shown glimpses. I think Florian Wirtz showed some glimpses. I think about the game against Newcastle. There was a small period where I said, "Oh,
yeah, but
there is a player here."
This is somebody Liverpool fans, you yourself, was calling mini KDB. Like, he came.
I called him mini David Silva.
Okay, he came into the league, and the first thing I said is, like, there's a decent level of like 10s, 8s in the league, cams in the league, whether it's your Eze's, Morgan Gibbs-White, Morgan Rogers, these types of players. And I said, is he even going to surpass the level of these players? And you said, yes. That's what you said.
I think he can, though. I think he can. That's what I said. I think he can.
But this is the thing with transfers, yeah? Florian Wirtz himself has arguably flopped this season. But the transfer as a whole, it's been a flop. You come in this
Not
season,
yet.
you just
so
finished
far
first last season.
Yeah,
you bring
so
in
far.
a player like Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
You bring in Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
You're expecting to do a back-to-back
Of course.
title. It's been a flop.
Liverpool a flop. Yeah.
Florian Wirtz has added minimal
So far.
to your squad.
Yes.
He has added
far.
minimal on the pitch.
Yeah.
He is meant to be your creative outlet. And you look worse offensively this season than you did last season when you were playing with Luis Diaz.
There's a lot of other factors in that.
Okay.
I mean, we literally had Salah playing the best football that we've seen from a Premier League player since Henry, like literally that good. So especially for an attacker. But okay, cool. We've heard you. Yeah. We've heard you. All right, quickly. I mean, we ain't got too much time, so we need to agree on a top 3 for best signings. We've got Cherki, Lamens, João Pedro, Xhaka, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Not sure how he snuck in, but he's done well. Semenyo, Gehi, Mascara, and Donnarumma, and Roos. Roos?
I think my top 3 would be, I'd go Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
I'd have him in there, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I
think João Pedro's been good.
Oh, I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think this Premier League season, it's been quite decent for signings as well. There's been flops, but it's been decent because you're not like we haven't even mentioned a Krupi, for example.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You haven't even put an Arsenal player in there, like Zubimendi.
I put Mascara in.
Mascara's in there.
Zubimendi Zubimendi is not in one of the best signings of the league. Please have some respect. I know you've won the league, but
top 3 for me. I'd say Granit Xhaka, I'd go Ryan Cherki, and I'd also go Krupi. I've loved Krupi this season as well.
Fairs, yeah. I think that's fair.
Granit Xhaka, what Granit Xhaka has done at Sunderland, they just got promoted and they have finished in a European position, and he has been the leader in that squad, the leader in the midfield. And for them to do that within their first season of being back in the Premier League and the leadership and the performances that Granit Xhaka has been putting on the pitch, it's been sublime. He arguably has to be one of the best signings, if not the best signing this season.
My best is probably Cherki. I think it's very fair to say Xhaka. I think Xhaka's done brilliantly. I mean, you think about the fact that Sunderland have qualified for Europe and done the double over Newcastle. It is a season of dreams. I don't think Sunderland fans could have even dreamt of a season that good. But I've just gone for Cherki just because I think we forget the fee. He's coming for £30 million, 35 million euros, including add-ons. And I think the way in which at times, yes, he's been a bit up and down. Sometimes he's been taken out of the team. I think it's because he's adapting. Pep Guardiola is a manager who demands a lot. He's not always the most disciplined, but the level of footballer they have there, I think he's shown I can be a star man in this team. It can be Haaland and then man. You know, some of the times where he's taken over games. I think of the assist versus Chelsea into Gahey, different gravy. I think about the goal versus Arsenal, could have been something. And I also think about the fact since, yes, Pep Guardiola took him out. Yes, Shirky can sometimes be inconsistent. But overall, he's a massive positive effect for Man City. And when he did come out of the team, City dropped off. And when he came back into the team, City got back involved in things. And when you do think about, unfortunately, I must have to say, Florian Wirtz coming in, you know, he was someone that was compared against him. Florian Wirtz came in for a lot more money. He's completely washed him up in terms of performance. So I'll give it to Ryan Shirky as the best. But special mention to some of the others as well. I think Lemens we didn't mention. I think coming in as Man United keeper, a lot of pressure. They've been struggling there. The safe. It's not coming and done anything too amazing, but I think we underestimate sometimes being a safe pair of hands as a keeper is the floor you need to be a top club. But anyway, I'm glad to be finishing up this episode. It's been
champion is champion is ole ole ole. Champion is It's a parade inside my city.
All right, guys. Please like, subscribe, and all of that lovely stuff. All of that. It's the Rondo again for you. See you again next week. Hopefully after PSG have given Arsenal a booting.